All right, hey everybody, back on the news feed. This one all about the new ZF transmission. It is going to be powering the 2025 Ram Heavy Duties. This truck has come out. They did some nice changes to the 2025 Ram Cummins combination here. It's a great truck. They made some things simpler with more easier access to oil and fuel filters, and the things they've done with this, they got rid of the grid heater, went back to glow plugs. They've done a lot of neat things to it, and one of them is they upped the transmission. No longer do we have the Chrysler built 68 RFE or whatever it was called. It was in my 2019 Ram 2500 I had, which by the way was flawless for 90,000 miles. Would never gave me one hiccup ever. Was amazing. And you also had the ASIN that was in the high output models like the 3500. People loved it. Well, now we're getting a ZF8 power plant. This is an 8-speed made by ZF, and it is a commercial truck transmission that is put into this Ram. It's a pretty impressive transmission. Back in '89, Dodge and Cummins created a partnership that's gone on to be one of the most highly beneficial for both companies and a thing of legend as well. It truly is. The Cummins motor in a Ram truck is it's perfect, and it serves a purpose. I mean, you look at hotshot truckers, these guys that are putting 200,000 and 300,000 miles a year on these trucks, and it's what they're running nonstop. They love this combination: quality, reliability, functionality. It's got it all. It does everything you need for it there too. Here's the transmission. Right here's the setup on this thing, and we're going to take a look at it real quick. It's no secret that transmission at Dodge and now Ram have opted to install behind the Cummins engine have been, up until now, suspect at best. Okay, the transmission has been what people saw as a weak link. The 68 RFE has been used prolifically, found behind every standard output 6.7 from 2007 to 2024. Okay, been around for a long time. This is one that was in my 2019. Unless you had the high output Cummins in 2019 or newer, that's where you got the ASIN, but the standard 2500, this was the one that came with it. The 68 RFE. Never had a problem with it. And obviously it wasn't that bad. It used the same transmission for 15 years. It was pretty solid. Then you had the ASIN right here that was in your high output one that was in most commonly used in the 3500s was this ASIN. Because of these transmission woes, a collective sigh of relief was uttered when Ram and Cummins fans worldwide when the company finally announced it would finally be changing to an 8-speed gearbox from ZF for the 2025 model year. Ram's new automatic transmission is a ZF Torque Flight HD 8AP1075 is the model number if you want to look anything up on it. And it is part of their Powerline gearbox, which is claimed to be the only torque converter equipped 8-speed transmission engineered specifically for commercial vehicles. Think stake trucks, box trucks, school buses, that kind of thing. The bigger vehicles is what this is for. I've watched many videos on this transmission. This transmission features adaptive electronic control with either automatic or electronic range selecting manual control. Internally, the transmission utilizes 5 clutch pack design with only 2 open clutches in any gear. The torque converter features a turbine torsional damper for low lockup speeds in any of its 8 ratios. They claim that the transmission will provide not only smooth and responsive gear change, but the ability to skip gears, but also improve fuel economy and acceleration. The unit's wide gear range also offers increased torque at launch and higher top gear for improved fuel economy. Great. Love it. Especially people that are towing a lot with this will love the extra fuel economy too. ZF has designed a Powerline transmission with minimal moving parts and has packed all the peripheral components inside the transmission case to minimize excessive external wires and cables. Beautiful thing too, especially in crap weather and the stuff people are dealing with all the time. It's got some extra features, including auto park, which automatically ensures the park lock is engaged even if the driver forgets. Hill hold is also available. The electronic shift-by-wire system has allowed Ram to install new electronic column shifters in its trucks. Very nice, but I'm not sure I like the electronic option, but it is what it is. It's a column shifter at least, but electronic one. The ZF power line is quite compact by commercial truck standards, and the transmission also offers a power takeoff, a PTO ability on both left and right sides of it for commercial agricultural type use. For anyone concerned about potential reliability, ZF claims that the Powerline transmission is based on a company's proven 8-speed design that has been released more than 20 million transmissions in the global market. Now, that may not sound like a lot at 20 million, but remember, we're not talking about 20 million pickup trucks. Talking about 20 million hardworking commercial trucks is what we're talking about. That's huge. This is very impressive. Here's a ratio for this. Here's your gearing numbers, your gearing ratios in it. But what an impressive transmission. Cannot wait to see this thing get into some good real world use. Very, very impressive. And ZF is as good as it gets for transmissions. Nobody builds a better transmission than ZF does. It's just it's not like it was that way, you know, because it just happened that way. They're just proven, and they do it well. There's no other way to put it. And they knock it out of the park. This one here, last one we're going to cover here, GM wins JD Power 2025 ALG Residual Value Award. And this is the only reason I bring this up is because it's interesting, because so many comments. The Colorado, those Canyons, their resale value, they're junk. They lose 50% of their value the second you drive them off the lot. Well, here on this particular one, which is JD Power of 2025, this is a Canada one, Value Awards, but it popped up on GM Authority, but it wins right here. The Canyon 2025. Canyon is a recipient of award in a category as the vehicle most likely to keep the highest level of its original value after 4 years. Let that sink in. Pretty interesting right there. Okay, now again, we don't put a lot of stock or weight into these JD Power things and these awards and that kind of stuff, but it's nice to hear it get a little bit of love. The Canyon also won a Residual Value Award in Canada for the 2023 model. However, 2024 was defeated by the 2024 Tacoma. While it performed well in Canadian awards, it overshadowed other models in the U.S. for 2023. Pretty interesting, neat to see. Not too much more to talk about on this. Again, like I said, I don't put a lot of stock into these awards things. As JD Power, the Consumer Reports is the biggest joke I've ever seen. These things are I don't even know how they come up with it anymore or where they even stand at. But like I said, this is a little bit of good love for people that own these Canyons and Colorados. I own a Colorado. I love it. I have no doubt on it. I have no concerns with it whatsoever. Absolutely amazing truck. But a lot of people seem to knock on them as far as the resale value is going to be horrible. Well, this is telling you here, according to this, resale value is actually best in class in this one. So use it for what it's worth. Take it with a grain of salt. Figure it out whatever way you want to. Canyon and the Colorado, basically the same exact truck as you see right here. No difference between them other than the GMC is basically a Colorado in a tuxedo is the best way to put it. Both of them fantastic. You're paying more for the GMC, which also increases that value because they make less of them as well too. So they're not as often, there's not as many Canyons for sale on the used market as there is Colorados because they don't make as many Canyons, which also helps increase that value on there too. So anyway, questions, comments, anything you got, put them down below. Thanks for watching.